Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter drops a bomb on Hope. Steffi informs her father and grandfather that she knew they would regain the firm at the Forrester mansion. According to Ridge, it seemed as though Carter was anticipating their arrival. He tore up the LLC documents. Erick laughs. Steffi explains to them the significance of this for the family. She acknowledges Daphne's assistance. Daphne claims that getting to know Carter was enjoyable and that he is a decent man. In the end, Erick reflects, he delivered for them. Preview of Bold and Beautiful. Hope and Steffi's most recent battle is sure to change Forrester Creations forever. Steffi is still unsure if she is prepared to move on. He did give in to Hope's brainwashing. They believe Carter has finally won and that may be the end of it. But what about Brooke? Taylor asks. Steffi questions whether she is aware that she and Ridge are once more co-CEOs. Steffi won't cooperate with Hope, yet she expects her to stay. She must leave. Erick, Ridge, Steffi, Taylor, Daphne, and BNB. Hope discovers Carter has updates. Hope is informed by Carter at the cabin that Ridge and Erick visited Forrester. They wanted to discuss taking back control of the business. They are still in control, even though Hope believes they want a share of their success. It won't be changing anytime soon, right? His name is still listed on the LLC documents. Carter has a flashback of tearing up the documents. She states that she doesn't really want to get into it right now. But if Ridge and Erick want to be involved in the company's future, they can set up a meeting to talk about it. She has arranged for them to have a romantic evening. Carter is aware that she wants the best for her family. They are the most important thing to him. He constantly wants to keep her safe, thus he would never purposefully hurt her. She queries why he is speaking in this manner. Carter claims that he has made a choice that he thinks she would accept. Hope is informed by Carter that the takeover hasn't felt right for some time. In front of the state bar, he took an oath. Hope contends that he acted in the company's best interests rather than his own. Carter denigrated his best buddy Ridge and Erick, who has been to him like a father figure. Hope yells, "It was wrong. You let them get in your head." She tells him that his accomplishments are being praised globally. The LLC documents bear his name. According to Carter, Ridge and Erick inquired about the documents. "What did he tell them?" asks Hope. Carter, "What did you do?" Carter gives Hope a surprise. Steffi reminds her family at the Forrester estate that Hope must leave. She needs to get a new job. Hope is a scheme to destroy their entire lineage and is nothing more than trouble. Forrester shouldn't be involved with Hope at all. Hope informs Carter at the cabin that the LLC documents were essential to keeping Forrester under control. He is aware. "So, what did you do?" she says. "Was he forced to do anything he didn't want to do by Ridge and Erick?" She wouldn't rule anything out. Hope is aware that he has been troubled by his conscience. Daphne entered his brain and planted a kiss on him in this way. "Me and you. Aren't we together?" Carter assures her that they are working together on this. He discloses that he struck a deal with Ridge and Erick, saying, "Nothing has changed." "What are you saying?" asks Hope. She exhorts him to come out with it and to quit hesitating. "What sort of agreement did you reach?" According to Carter, the LLC documents have vanished. After tearing them up, he returned the company to the Forresters. Hope reels. Hope is asked to listen for a moment by Carter. She exclaims, "Hey! What were you thinking?" She laments that he made no effort to speak with her about it. "You gave in. You gave in." She loved him and had faith in him. Loved, past tense? Carter asks. Hope sobs. Does he concur with them that she has been manipulating him all along in order to preserve her reputation and career? She believed he was more knowledgeable. The goal was to remove the toxic leadership. That was wrong, says Carter. He says, it was wrong, Hope. They've given him another chance. In a mocking tone, Hope says, how kind. How about me? What about Hope for the future? Carter claims that they agreed to his terms when he requested that they maintain her line. Did you get it in writing? Asks Hope. According to Carter's look, he didn't. They're going to fire her, she yells. Whatever happened to keeping my family and I safe? Carter maintains that nothing changes as a result. Hope claims that it transforms everything. They risked everything, and she will never understand why he did this. She must give this a shot for Carter. Both of them work at Forrester, and Hope for the future is still going strong. Hope gives a headshake. He has thrown away everything they have fought so hard to achieve, saying, they will never go for that. How could you have done it? How could you harm me like this? Hope experiences a significant metamorphosis in Daphne's. Carter's heart overrules Hope's head as she struggles with the conflict between her emotional heart and her rational head. The idea that her journey is one of self-discovery, personal development, and eventually, fulfillment is encapsulated in the term Hope gets what she deserves. Hope gains the peace and contentment she so richly deserves by learning to accept the unpredictable nature of love and the beauty of vulnerability via her connection with Carter. Hope is shown at the start of the book as a very analytical and logical person. She values control, planning, and organization in every area of her life since she is a successful architect. When she meets Carter, a passionate and impetuous artist who lives his life according to his emotions, her rational mindset, which has served her well in her career, becomes a source of internal struggle. Hope is forced to face the limitations of her reason and the barriers she has erected around her emotions as a result of Carter's free-spirited personality appending her meticulously planned world. Hope initially fights the need to give in to her feelings, holding fast to her rationality as a safeguard against possible heartache. She examines all facets of her relationship with Carter, assessing the advantages and disadvantages and wondering if their differences are too vast to resolve. Her heart longs for the bond she has with Carter, but her intellect warns her to tread cautiously. As Hope's path turns into one of learning to trust her feelings and accept the uncertainty of love, this internal conflict becomes a major subject of the book. Throughout the narrative, Daphne explores the idea that love is not always controllable or comprehensible through the character of Hope. Hope has a slow but significant metamorphosis as she starts to let go of her need for control and embraces her vulnerability. Carter surprising her with an impromptu trip to a far-off island is one of the pivotal moments in her journey. At first, Hope finds this gesture overwhelming because her mind is constantly racing with all the reasons why the trip is not feasible. But in the end, she chooses to believe Carter and welcome the experience, which is a watershed in both her relationship and her development. Hope is compelled to face her anxieties and vulnerabilities as her bond with Carter grows. She starts to doubt her sentiments and wonder if she is making the right decision when her family, who place a high importance on stability and practicality, voice worries about her connection with Carter. The tension and conflict created by these outside forces as well as her personal conflicts propel the story along. But it's because of these difficulties that Hope starts to realize what love really is and how important it is to follow her heart. Carter's life-altering choice, which compels him to choose between his desire and his love for Hope, is the novel's conclusion. He is given the chance to perform his art on a global scale, but doing so would mean spending a lot of time away from Hope. Hope, who is always pragmatic, pushes him to seize the chance since he thinks it makes sense. But in the end, Carter's heart triumphs over his reason, and he chooses to remain with Hope, demonstrating the depth of his devotion and love. Hope's realization that love is not always something that can be explained or managed marks a turning point in her life. Carter's choice compels her to face the intensity of her emotions and accept that she is deserving of unconditional love. Hope starts to fully accept her feelings and let go of her need for control as a result of this insight, which grants her the contentment and pleasure she so richly deserves. Hope and Carter have a better understanding of themselves and one another in the novel's conclusion. They discover a method to reconcile their differences into a peaceful union after learning to recognize the advantages and disadvantages of their individual life perspectives. Hope's path is one of personal development and self-discovery as she discovers how to embrace the beauty of vulnerability and trust her feelings. She ultimately receives what she is entitled to, a passionate yet grounded love, as well as the contentment and serenity that come from following her heart. A moving and provocative examination of the intricacies of love and the never-ending conflict between feeling and reason can be found in Daphne's Carter's Heart Overrules Hope's Mind. Daphne uses hope as an example of the difficulties and benefits of accepting vulnerability and having faith in oneself. As Hope learns to let go of her need for control and embrace the beauty of love, her journey is one of personal development, self-discovery, and eventually contentment. After Poppy disowned her, Luna turned to Sheila, and Carter informed a shocked Hope that the Forresters were once again in charge. Ultimately, Hope receives what she deserves, a love that surpasses reason and the sense of contentment and serenity that comes from following her heart. He and Ridge informed Daphne, Taylor, and Steffi at Erick's that Carter destroyed the LLC documents and returned authority to them. Steffi breathes in gratitude. They discuss the character of Carter. Steffi isn't entirely prepared to let him go after allowing Hope to brainwash him. Ridge is also on his guard with his old friend. They ponder what Brooke might be affected by this. Hope must leave, but Steffi believes she can remain in some form. She is a traitor. Carter apologetically informs Hope in the cabin that Ridge and Erick visited Forrester today. She believes that they came in order to share in their accomplishment. She complains that they can meet with the Forresters when he is silent. Carter is aware that she wants the best for her family and them. He cherishes her and would never purposefully betray her. She finds this type of conversation unsettling. He clarifies that he hopes she would accept the choice he made. Since the coup, he has been having difficulty reconciling with his conscience. His honesty and standards were compromised. He was being brave, she assures him. Carter believes he has disgraced Ridge and Erick. She reminds him of the success of his vision and accuses him of allowing them to enter his thoughts. Hope believes that, like Daphne, Ridge and Erick pressured him to make concessions. They are a team, she reminded him. Carter tells her that although he struck a deal with Ridge and Erick, they are in this together and that everything will work out in the end. She demands to know what type of agreement he made. He declares that he returned the business to the Forresters after tearing up the LLC documents. She asks him what he was thinking as she takes a step back. When she stood up for him and showed her love for him, why did he give in? He points out the past tense, but she maintains that the only goal was to get rid of Steffi and Ridge, who were toxic, and never to use him. Carter claims he gets a second opportunity because what he did was wrong. He agreed to retain HFTF. He didn't get that deal in writing, she observes. They are certain she will be fired and have no reason to trust the Forresters. When they risked everything, she will never be able to comprehend why he did this. He implores her to try this. He is accused by Hope of destroying everything they have fought so hard for. How could he harm her like this? The compelling story of Carter's Heart Overrules Hope's Mind by Daphne explores the age-old struggle between emotion and reason as it is represented in the lives of Carter and Hope, the book's two main protagonists. The story demonstrates that the cravings of the heart cannot always be restrained by reason by examining how love, which is frequently illogical and unpredictable, may defy even the most rational brains. In the end, Daphne affirms the ability of love to transcend the limits of reason by telling a very emotional and thought-provoking tale about their trip. Carter, a free-spirited artist whose life is fueled by passion and spontaneity, is introduced in the story. Living in the present and following his feelings and instincts, he frequently makes choices that appear risky to others but make sense to him. Hope, on the other hand, is a methodical and careful architect who places a high importance on organization, preparation, and reason. She approaches every circumstance with a logical perspective, and her life is guided by rigorous consideration and analysis. There is an instant tension between Carter and Hope when they first meet, but there is also an irresistible attraction. Hope is fascinated by Carter's inventiveness and emotional depth, while Carter is captivated to Hope's brilliance and steadiness. They develop a bond that neither of them can deny, in spite of their differences. The main conflict of the book, the struggle between Carter's heart and Hope's mind, emerges as their relationship progresses. Because he feels that love cannot be analyzed or explained, Carter fully accepts their relationship. He believes that love is an emotion that ought to be pursued without question, even if it goes against reason. But Hope finds it difficult to balance her rational outlook on life with her developing affections for Carter. She continuously examines their relationship, assessing its benefits and drawbacks and wondering if their differences are too vast to be resolved. As Hope's head struggles against her heart's demands, this conflict between passion and reason recurs frequently. Readers can relate to the universal fight of heart versus mind, which Daphne explores via the relationship between Carter and Hope. Hope is a metaphor for the logical, cautious, and frequently overanalyzing intellect. Impulsive, passionate, and emotionally motivated, Carter is the epitome of the heart. Their exchanges show the difficulties in striking a balance between these two forces as well as the beauty that might result from their union. According to Daphne's account, the heart is what gives life its depth and purpose, even though the mind is necessary for navigating it. Carter's opulent, passionate act, which defies all logic, is one of the novel's major turning points. He surprises Hope by taking her on an impromptu excursion to a secluded island that has special meaning for him. Carter sees this gesture as a way to show Hope how much he loves her and how beautiful it is to live in the present. However, the impracticality of the expedition initially overwhelms Hope. She is concerned about their plan's unpredictability, the expense, and the interruption to her work schedule. Carter's excitement and the prospect of an amazing experience captivate her despite her mind racing with all the reasons why this trip is a poor decision. This scene perfectly captures the main struggle of the book. Hope's heart begs her to jump, while her intellect warns her to hold back. She ultimately chooses to accept the journey and have faith in Carter. As they discover how to mix spontaneity and structure and learn to value one another's viewpoints, the journey turns into a life-changing event for them both. In this episode, Daphne demonstrates how love can unite the heart and the mind and how letting go of control and allowing one's emotions to guide one may sometimes lead to the most meaningful experiences. The tension between Carter and Hope grows throughout the narrative, especially when outside forces are involved. Hope's connection with Carter worries her family, who place a high importance on stability and pragmatism. They fear that his impetuous behavior may cause instability and heartache. Hope struggles with these issues, questioning whether she is making the correct decision and doubting her feelings. Hope's hesitancy and propensity to overanalyze their connection, on the other hand, annoy Carter. He finds it difficult to comprehend why Hope is unable to just trust her heart, as he feels that love ought to be sufficient to overcome any challenge. Daphne deftly captures the complexities of their relationship, demonstrating how even the greatest bonds may be strained by both internal and external factors. She examines the notion that love is not always simple or easy via Carter and Hope's hardships. It calls for understanding, compromise, and a readiness to accept vulnerability. Moving forward requires both characters to face their anxieties and insecurities, and their journey demonstrates the human heart's tenacity. Carter's life-altering choice, which compels him to choose between his desire and his love for Hope, is the novel's conclusion. He is given the chance to perform his art on a global scale, but doing so would mean spending a lot of time away from Hope. This choice is painful for Carter since it puts his two biggest passions at odds. Hope, who is always pragmatic, pushes him to seize the chance since he thinks it makes sense. She tells herself that it is the correct thing to do, so she attempts to repress her own emotions of loss and despair. But in the end, Carter's emotions triumph over his intellect and Hope's reasoned reasoning. He declines the opportunity to be with her since he knows he cannot stand to be apart from her. Hope is shocked by this choice because she had persuaded herself that their bond was not strong enough to support such a sacrifice. Carter's decision compels her to face the intensity of her emotions and accept that love is not always comprehensible. Daphne demonstrates here that the heart possesses an inherent wisdom that surpasses reason and logic. In the novel's conclusion, Carter and Hope get a better understanding of both themselves and one another. They discover a method to reconcile their differences into a peaceful union after learning to recognize the advantages and disadvantages of their individual life perspectives. Carter comes to understand the need of stability and preparation, while Hope learns to trust her feelings and enjoy the beauty of serendipity. Together, they forge a passionate yet grounded bond that demonstrates the ability of love to bring the heart and mind together. A moving and provocative examination of the intricacies of love and the never-ending conflict between feeling and reason can be found in Daphne's Carter's Heart Overrules Hope's Mind. She demonstrates the difficulties and benefits of following one's heart, even when it goes against reason, using the characters of Carter and Hope. In the end, the book supports the notion that love is a power that is both incomprehensible and uncontrollable, yet it is also what gives life meaning. Daphne ultimately demonstrates that the heart, with all of its flaws and weaknesses, is frequently the most accurate source of guidance. Luna makes a stunning allegation. Sheila lashes out at Luna and Il Giardino, asking, "Who do you think you are?" Luna claims to have developed a renewed respect for her. She wants to explain things to her. There, Sheila continues to talk about how she killed 2 of her colleagues. The best pals of her hubby. "And you think I'll comprehend you?" "Yes," Luna responds. "Sheila, you don't realize how much we have in common." Sheila tells Luna that she should be behind bars and that she can't believe she was given a pardon. Luna affirms this. Sheila queries why she would return to the location of her offenses. "What is the matter with you?" Luna clarifies that she is there to visit her. Sheila protests, "Why?" Luna reiterates to her how similar they are, it's in their DNA. She's nuts, according to Sheila. "Maybe I am crazy," Luna shrugs. "As crazy as my grandmother." Sheila Luna B&B. Luna tells Sheila that she was hoping her grandmother would take her in because she had nowhere else to go and no one else to turn to. Sheila advises her to go speak with her at that time. Luna claims to be accomplishing just that. "You're my grandmother," Sheila says, adding that she doesn't want to interfere with her. "You must leave." Luna blurts out, "My father is Finn." Sheila pauses dead in her tracks. "Your son." "I'm his daughter." She informs Luna on her way back that she is a pathological liar in addition to being a killer. Luna advises her to phone or text Finn. He will verify her statements. Sheila queries, "Poppy and Finn?" It was strange, according to Luna, but it was only one night, and Finn only learned about it. Finn started to piece things together after learning that Tom wasn't her father. He conducted 2 tests. "Sheila, there's no doubting it." Sheila narrows her eyes and says, "You are a part of me." "Do you really think I'll think you're my granddaughter?" Luna gives a nod. Sheila astonishes Luna. Luna informs Sheila at Il Giardino that what she has been taught is accurate. "Why wouldn't Finn have told her?" Sheila asks. Luna gives a shrug. According to her, Steffi is upset and has prevented him from dating her. Sheila is informed by Luna that a DNA test is possible. Luna responds, "Yes, your granddaughter." Sheila takes a step forward and chuckles, saying, "You are my granddaughter." She draws her into his arms after giving her a kiss on the lips. "My lovely granddaughter." She chuckles uncontrollably. Sheila is told by Luna that she now respects her. The woman who murdered 2 of Sheila's employees is not someone she will listen to. Luna assures her they are more alike than she thinks, grinning. Sheila claims that she ought to be incarcerated and finds it difficult to accept her pardon. What has brought her to the location of her crimes? Luna visited her because they share a lot of similarities. Their blood is laced with it. She remarks, "Maybe I am crazy like my grandmother." When Luna reveals that she is Sheila's grandchild, Sheila bursts out laughing. Sheila accuses her of playing tricks on her because she believes she is foolish. Luna says she's Finn's daughter as she tells her to go. Luna encourages her to phone Finn for confirmation when Sheila accuses her of being a pathological liar. Luna is aware of how strange it is, yet 2 paternity tests supported it. "You can't refute it. You are a part of me," she says to Sheila. Sheila wonders whether she expects her to believe this while squinting. Luna reiterates that she is her granddaughter and agrees to participate in a DNA test. Sheila chuckles and says she's her grandchild after looking into her eyes for a while. Reiterating that Luna is her grandchild, she gives her a hug and a kiss.